Musleh Ahmed. He is chairman of Dhaka Regency Hotel and Resort that was founded in 2007. Mr. Musleh Ahmed went to Guildhall University, studied marketing, launched a career in banking, worked for NatWest, Lloyds TSB, and then became a business advisor. Welcome to the show, sir. How are you?
Oh, lovely. Thank you. Thank you for having me in your show.
Thank you. And thank you for coming along.
It's a privilege.
Thank you. Musleh Ahmed, I know that you have been in business for a long time now, but you're still a young person. And how did this all come to? How did Musleh Ahmed become the chairman of Dhaka Regency Hotel and Resort? Must have been a long journey.
Yes, time flies actually. We've been in operation for about 11 years already. Let me tell you, I, at the age of 28, initiated this project.
Right.
We thought of consortium investment and set up this hotel in Bangladesh. So at that time, with a close...
They were mostly people from London, is it?
Absolutely. So initially with a close friend of mine, who's also British Bangladeshi, Arif Mutahar. He's slightly older than me, but still looks young. We both together thought of doing something in Bangladesh. And at that time, I was running a business here, which is the Arong outlet in London. We had a dealership agreement with BRAC, and through which I had the opportunity to get to know Bangladesh, and my interest grew from there. And Arif Mutahar, my friend, who was also a British Bangladeshi, but he moved back to Bangladesh and started working for BRAC. And at that time, he was the BRAC BD Bale MD. And we both said, forget it, we don't want to work anymore. We're going to start something big. And we started off thinking of this project, and we were supposed to open in 2008, but we had so much energy and so much another dedication to start this off quickly as possible. We opened a year prior to our original plan to open. So we opened our door to the public on the 14th of April 2007. So it's almost 11 years we've been running this project.
What compelled you, or what really motivated you to go from banking and marketing to hotel and hospitality? Did you find a particular opportunity there, a window of opening there?
It's always, I was always entrepreneurial thinking. I wanted to do business. Even when I was studying in the university, most of my close friends knew he's not going to work for long. Because I said, I'm going to start a business myself. So before even started Regency, I established the BRAC Arong in London while I was working as a business advisor. So my entrepreneurial thinking, and then later, suddenly this opportunity in Bangladesh came about. We didn't have anything like hotel in mind, but that was a great opportunity. We took it, we established it. What makes Dhaka Regency unique is because it's a consortium investment. For the first time from UK, many of us got together and created something. Doesn't matter who invested what percentage, but we managed to attract people to invest.
You had a large group, about 100, isn't it?
We had about 100 people invested, and it only took us about 6 months to raise that money. Unbelievable. The amount of love, amount of trust people have shown, I'm grateful to them. Because of that trust and that love that they've shown me, Regency became a brand in Bangladesh in the hospitality industry. So we established the first privately owned five-star hotel in Bangladesh. Before that, we had the government-owned ones. So we were the first privately owned five-star hotel. That's the fact. We established in London. That's done by the NRBs from UK. And to date, we have given over 100 crore of tax money in various forms to the government of Bangladesh. That's a great achievement from my point of view, because I was only 28, my friend was about 32, and we were pretty young. Everybody said, guys, do you know what you're doing? I said, we will open it in 2007. So they came from London, maybe they don't understand the practicalities of Bangladesh, but we made it happen. We took it as a challenge. It was a challenging journey, but I've learned a lot. But what made it happen today is that team, the networking that we've created, the network of people. So Regency is not owned by one individual. I might be the chairman, but we have many people who contributed in that project, and today it's a successful project. We are successfully running this project. We are giving dividends every year, and alhamdulillah, where we are today, it's a great thing because of that teamwork.
I mean, they say that we have still problems with the government is not, the bureaucratic problems are there, red tapeism, there's corruption. So do you face this day by day, or did you face it and it doesn't exist anymore? Because I've been reading about different hotels and their managers report and they say that these things are still there.
The way I see this is, because I told you I was a business advisor for many years in the UK. Many businesses set up here, they don't succeed. There are challenges everywhere in this world. The style of challenge, the type of challenge might be different. So in Bangladesh, you're talking about the bureaucracy. We have bureaucracy even in the UK, but it's different. So you have to understand the culture. You have to be ready to deal with that problem. And if you can get the right people...
Deal in inverted commas?
No, I wouldn't say always. As I've said, the type of challenge is different. The way to deal with it, the strategies, the tactics will be definitely different. And that's what we did. So you have to do that wherever you are in the world. In marketing, we started, the culture is very important. But our advantage is that we have, our roots is in Bangladesh. My parents were from Bangladesh. We grew up here. So we have the additional advantage of understanding Bangladesh better and fitting in that climate better. And I think we must be lucky, and we've dealt with every problem when it came, and we employed the right people to deal with it. We were okay.
You were also involved, you said that in NRB's business. What sort of business was it?
Sorry, which one?
Non-resident Bangladeshi's business. You've been advising them about...
Here, I was working as a business advisor in a project called Ethnic Minorities Enterprise Project. We used to work with the local businesses in terms of business planning, strategies. We even helped them with financing.
In East London, is it?
In East London, in the East End of London, near Brick Lane. We used to, from our office, we used to help the curry industry. We used to have the biggest curry festival in Brick Lane for a month. We used to bring out chefs flying over from Bangladesh, India. Even Sky Television did live coverage of those things. We established many small SMEs in and around East London. And so generally we were helping businesses in East End, primarily Brick Lane and surrounding areas.
With your experience with Regency, do you think that luxury hospitality is a good idea in Bangladesh, and it's catching up and people are coming in?
It's a great market in Bangladesh at the moment. If you look at the tourism industry globally, in global context, you're looking at about contribution is about 10% globally. Whereas if you look at Bangladesh, it's 2.2%, last statistics that we know. So you can see where we stand. However, it's growing. For the last 4 or 5 years, there's a consistent growth. But what we don't have, we are currently totally focusing on the domestic tourism in Bangladesh. Our foreign tourists are about 2.6% increase from 1.6%. So there's a growth, but that you can see where we stand. The foreign travelers or the tourists are not coming as yet, over 97% of our contribution in the economy, in the tourism industry is by domestic market.
Right.
So unless you somehow attract the foreign travelers, and unless you can earn foreign currency,
But
you can't make this sustainable.
We have a Minister of Tourism and we have Department of
We do.
Tourism and
See, if you look at it like this, recently we just attended the World Travel Mart in Excel last week.
Yep.
We've been attending there for a very long time. Bangladesh, for the last last 6-7 years, the Board of Tourism Board, finally arranged a sort of a small pavilion.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been to that one. And although if you look at it, if you go walk into Excel, it's difficult to find. It's so small, hardly any presence. You get all the other countries around us.
I got a good friend of mine who works for CNN, and he said that he happened to be there.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, if you want to really promote Bangladesh, we need to come out big.
Mm-hmm.
We need to focus on it. We're going to take this industry seriously.
Right.
Otherwise, you cannot attract the foreign travelers. You need to be on the map. So if you say 2006-07, the government decided to do a branding for Bangladesh.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful Bangladesh. Great. Sounds great. Nice branding. But what have we actually done since then to actually establish this as beautiful Bangladesh to the world? Have we done anything?
No, but that's where you come in. See, you as somebody who is involved in the hospitality industry, and like others, like other hotels that are there in Dhaka and other places, then you've got to emphasize on the comments that we need this for our survival and for the survival of this industry.
Absolutely, and this is where the government needs to get the
They've got to understand
people. Absolutely, they got to understand that they have to get the players from the industry, like myself, like many others, to come on board and give them a helping hand to face it. Because if we look at the infrastructure overall, have we actually reached that level? Many beautiful locations in Bangladesh, you can go, there's no proper facilities in terms of even public toilets,
Right.
A coffee shop or a tea shop, nothing. So how are you going to attract people to go there, even for domestic travelers? I've been to Bisnakandi, one of the locations in Sylhet I've never been to in my life. It's beautiful, what a beauty, but there's no public toilets, there's no restaurants, there's no coffee shops, nothing. So how would people go out there and enjoy that? It's very difficult. So you need to have a holistic approach.
But are they prepared to listen to you? I mean, your suggestions, your ideas?
I guess it's difficult to tell. The feeling I get, government in Bangladesh don't take this industry seriously enough. All the development so far is in the private sector. Many new hotels, many new products coming up. And I was in a conference in Abu Dhabi last year. I'm going there again in February. It's a Gulf and Indian Ocean Hotel Investor Summit.
Yeah.
So you get global players from all over the world come there. Last year, for the first time, I went there and talked about Bangladesh as an untapped market.
Right.
And the demand for, even within the domestic market, demand for a good hotel, demand for a branded hotel, demand for good facility, good food, people are willing to pay for it.
Right.
So that's why the private sector, we as business people, we are creating those facilities and sustaining on domestic markets. We sustain on business travelers simply because it's a business hotel and that's what we get. We don't get tourists, but you get business hotel.
Okay, sir, we have time to take a break, and then when we come back, we'll pick up the thread from there. Thank you.